All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So anyway, yeah, today is the day after election day, and guess what? We're not going to talk about today. We're not going to talk about the election. Uh, we're we need a tension breaker, as it were. Tension breaker is necessary. So I'm going to tell a story that I told my high school kids today. It's a personal story about me. It's a rather funny story too, so you might be able to appreciate that or enjoy the story. Um, yeah, my day job is I'm a high school substitute teacher, so that's what pays my bills during the day. You got to do what you got to do, right? So anyway, so this story is titled "That Time I Was Drunk in a Sephora." All right, so yeah, so it was this. This happened about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. My wife and I and her kids were in Las Vegas, and we were on the Las Vegas Strip, and I was drunk because that's what you do on the Las Vegas Strip. Um, so anyway, we're wandering the Strip as you do. The kids wanted to go into the Sephora on the Strip and look for makeup and all that. And so I had my giant, tall boy of beer in my hand. I was already pretty tuned up anyway, so had my tall boy of beer in my hand. We go into the Sephora, and as you know, women and girls can take a considerable amount of time in a makeup store. So anyway, I'm just kind of just wandering around aimlessly in the store, and one of the sales associates comes up to me and says, "Hey, is there anything we could help you look for, or anything?" And in my buzzed state, I'm like, "Yeah, do you have anything that removes spots? I got these spots on my face and everything, and is there anything you could do to remove those spots?" And she's like, "Sure, yeah, we could help you with those spots." And so like she goes over to this makeup counter and she's showing me these different concealers and powders and whatnot and everything, and so we're trying those out, and I decide on a particular powder concealer or something, and like, all right, I'll get this, and she's like, all right, well, so we go over to the checkout counter and wander over the checkout counter. I put my giant beer on the counter, and she's ringing me up and everything, and she's like, we can save you X number of percentage off. She says, we could save you X number of percentage off of your purchase if you apply for a Sephora credit card. And I'm like, why not? Let's get a Sephora credit card. That sounds like a great idea. So anyway, they fill out the application and everything, and it takes several minutes for them to do the application, and the automatic approval comes back like, you've been approved, yay! And so they ring up my stuff and everything, and turns out I was approved for an $8,000 line of credit at Sephora, and I'm like, wow, damn, what am I gonna do with $8,000 at Sephora? I could do a lot of damage. Anyway, so I'm standing there, they're finishing the transaction, and then the sales associate, she's like, and for you applying for this credit card, we have a gift bag for you of Sephora, stuff and things. And so they bring this gift bag over. It's all decorated and everything with all this stuff filled with Sephora and everything. And so she bags up all my stuff and everything. And so I go wandering out of the store with my newly acquired purchases and everything. And standing outside the Sephora is my wife and my stepkids. And they're like, took you long enough. What the hell were you doing in there? And I'm like, got a Sephora credit card. Come on, jeez. And they're like, you seriously got a Sephora credit card? I'm like, yeah, why not? And so we go somewhere to sit down and have dinner or whatever it was, and So we're having dinner, and the my stepdaughters are like, well, let's see what you got in the bag and everything. And so I pull out the bag that Sephora gave me, the gift bag and everything, and they're going through it and everything, and they're like, well, do you want any of this stuff? I'm like, no, duh. Like, well, can we like split it up? I'm like, of course, split it up. And so they were like, kids on Christmas splitting up all the loot that Sephora gave me for applying and getting their credit card. And I guess they got some pretty cool stuff according to their reactions. It was pretty awesome. But I'm just like, I just got my concealer stuff so I can cover up my spots. I want to cover my spots on my face. So I got my concealer and everything was great so I can cover my spots and look less old. It was awesome. And they asked like, well, how much credit did they give you? And I said $8,000. I'm like, holy crap, $8,000? I'm like, yeah, you aren't touching my credit card. So anyway, yeah, that was a great story, and I only made I think I only made one purchase at Sephora, and that was that one single purchase. And over time, I didn't use the Sephora card, and so they canceled it. So I no longer have my Sephora credit card, but I have the amazing story that goes with it. So, as they say, no good story starts with a, so I was eating a salad. No good story starts that way. Most good stories start out. So I was drunk one time. That's how good stories start. And, as a prologue to that, I'm now since coming up on 3 years of sobriety. I'll have 3 years of sobriety on January 20th. So, yay me being sober. It's probably one of the best things I've ever done for myself is realizing that, alcohol is probably not going to work out for me at this point in time. It was fun for the first 6 years, but the last 6 years were hell. So that's that. So yeah, actually I've been sober for coming up on 3 years, and wouldn't trade it for anything. My life is so much better. And I did get some good stories out of it, though. I got to give you that. I got some really interesting and fun stories to tell due to alcohol. But I'm also now a connoisseur of non-alcoholic beers, wines, spirits. There's actually a huge growing market of non-alcoholic drinks. There's a bunch of very well done non-alcoholic beers done by like Guinness, Corona, Blue Moon. They all make awesome non-alcoholic versions of their main brands and types of beers. It's very impressive. So if you're looking for some good non-alcoholic adult beverages, there's a lot of awesome choices out there. Definitely suggest checking out the non-alcoholic section of your beer section. Or if you're in Vegas, go to Total Wine. In Vegas, they have a whole wall of non-alcoholic drinks in Total Wine in Las Vegas. It's pretty impressive. So anyway, yeah, that's my tension breaker story for this election climate that we are experiencing right now. So I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.